Hello, everyone, and welcome to Confab. Today's podcast is about something very metaphorical. Today's quote is from Friedrich Nietzsche. They muddy the water to make it seem deep. Fancy words, right? But here is what it means in real life. Sometimes people keep things confusing on purpose. What is your thought on this, Zen?
Yes, Jara, like in friendship, dating, even family, if they keep you confused, you can't really call them out or move on. You just stay stuck, tolerating stuff you shouldn't.
Exactly. It's like when someone says, "Oh, it's complicated." I don't want to explain myself because then you'll see what's really going on. This is what it means. Because when it's complicated, the other person is not having the clear picture about what's going on in your mind. And you just keep the other person baffling about the situation and they just can't get out of the situation ever.
Ever had someone text you in the most cryptic way possible? Like one word replies, emojis with no context, or just say K. What is K?
Yeah, sometimes it happens. And people sometimes just write, what does that mean? The other person just keeps on wondering about what the other person might want it to say. And it's just a continuous thought process. The other person is not able to comprehend and he just keeps on going with that confusion. Or the classic maybe will hang out sometime. Bro, just say yes or no. Why are you keeping the other person in confusion? That's not deep, that's just keeping me on the hook. Yes, Sid, what's your call on this?
Right. Because muddy water in dating is equal to mixed signals, and the longer you stay in that fog, the less you trust yourself. And when we are in fog, we can't see things clearly. We are at the wrong place, lost somewhere, never to be found.
Wow, Zen, I'm just amazed by your sense of humor. But it's true. Sometime in life also, we get confused and we take wrong decisions, and ultimately we find ourselves in more trouble. And that's the trick. If you're confused, you don't set boundaries, you just wait, and oops, there goes 3 months of your life, and sometimes even more than that.
Yes, Jara, and that happens with friends too. You know, when someone keeps joking about things we don't actually like, and sometimes it bothers you a lot, they just keep on troubling you and keep on mocking you in the sense of making some silly jokes. You actually want to punch that someone, right?
Yes, and I also feel the same. Sometimes just kicking them out of my life and punching them on their face. But I'm against violence. Part of a joke. Like them, yeah. They'll be like, relax, I'm just kidding. No, you are not kidding. You are just saying it in a way where I can't call you out. And these people use such kind of jokes as weapon against the person with whom they cannot say or they cannot discuss disagreements openly, and they fear of losing them at one time. So being on a safer side, you can say being diplomatic sometimes, they just convey the idea by means of a joke or by just pretending to be funny. But in reality, it hurts that person a lot.
And this is the same thing with family also. Parents especially. They always say when they don't want you to do something, they always say do what you want, but you will regret it. Or do what you want, we don't know. Thanks parents. That's basically fog wrapped in a guilt, right?
Yes, you are right. Basically, what they want is trap you emotionally. It's just a kind of emotional trap where later they can blame you for your actions. Okay, quick work one. Bosses who say, we'll circle back on this. What does that even mean? It means sometimes they don't know what they want, but if they keep it vague, they can blame you later. Classic muddy water move. And that's what is happening everywhere almost when it comes to work. Bosses, managers, CEOs, they just behave like in an ambiguous manner, and the workers or employees keeps on wondering what should they do, to which direction they must take the next move. And when they commit a mistake or something wrong, and then the authority has the upper hand. That's what they always want to have.
So why do people do this? Simple. Confusion is control. If you don't know what's going on, you can't stand up for yourself. You always sit down like you break your knees.
Yes, you can't stand up for yourself because they keep it vague so that they can blame you later. Classic muddy water move again. It's like keeping you in fog. You are too busy guessing to take action, and sometimes, let's be honest, we do this to ourselves too. Right, Zen?
Totally. And we say, I don't know how I feel, but sometimes we always know how we feel. We are just scared to admit it. Why? Because we think people might take advantage of this, and sometimes we just don't share our feelings, keep it engulfed between our mind, and it eats ourselves up. That's why I always take out my feeling in the sense of torturing others.
Yeah, and sometimes we are underconfident as well. We are afraid to lose people. Sometimes we think that it can cause harm or it can hurt the other person. Basically, when we are thinking about the other person too much and we are scared to share what we actually feel in such a situation, it's a mental fog. We are not able to understand the situation. In spite of our true feelings, we are bound to hide our feelings, and it causes harm to us. So, how do you deal with this? Step 1, ask for clarity. Like, literally just say, so what do you mean by that? Or, obviously, you can always ask for clarity. It's your right. If you keep leaving a conversation more confused, then when you walked in, that's a sign. Step 3, trust your gut. If it feels shady, it probably is. And I believe this one very strongly. If you are not feeling something right, it means it's not. And if you are the one mudding your own water, just admit what you want. It won't kill you. Yeah, I read an essay by Dale Carnegie, Admit When You Are Wrong, and I was just impressed by the writing. He was also having the view that always admit whatever you are feeling. It's nothing wrong.
So Friedrich Nietzsche fancy quote basically means clear water isn't scary, it's honest. Muddy water, that's usually someone playing game. So when you see muddy water, always think twice.
So, in your relationships, friendship, family, even at your work, if it's confusing on purpose, you don't have to swim in it. Pick clarity, even if it's shallow, at least you know where you stand. And if someone keeps you in the fog, grab a flashlight and walk out. It's your right. You don't need to be in confusion and spoil your days, months, and years with those people. Always have clarity and be happy. It's everyone's right. So, confabs, as we come to close of this particular podcast, I suggest be clear about yourself, get clarity from people, don't let others beat around the bush. Keep listening, stay happy, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.